You have to think though, with Taker's character, they can do so many theatrics with the lights and the fireworks and the music. They can turn it into, kind of like Triple H and Sting. It can just be fun and simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I went crazy when the NWO came out. It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. True. No, it couldn't have been AJ because we've all been wanting him versus Nakamura ever since their match at Wrestle Kingdom. So
Yeah.
I would have loved if Sting wasn't hurt, if they had their final match together, and the end of that match was the end for both of them. I think that would have been a dream match that
There
people
you
would
go.
have invested in.
Yeah.
Agreed. I agree. Yeah, if Sting hadn't been hurt, that would have been the match. That would have been their final match right there because everybody had been wanting it. I had been wanting it, and thanks, Seth.
Yeah, although Sting needs to get one of Hogan's hairpieces because nobody wants to see bald Sting.
No.
I don't even know. Okay, let me get my prediction before I bust a gut. I'll just say Taker because no, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think this is one of those times the mulligan has to mean something instead of just anger induced and blah. So this is my mulligan.
Okay.
I would love it if they. You remember the Royal Rumble where he went in the casket, and then he did the screen, which everyone always watches because it was so creepy as a kid. I would love if Taker was kind of like dragged from the ring up into the sky, and then you never saw him again. I'd love that.
And of course, there's the rumor going around he could be coming back as the biker Undertaker.
Nobody wants to see that either, but you could have.
I do.
You
I
could
do
have
too.
a WrestleMania 9 kind of ending with the Hulkster coming out there and dropping a leg on Cena, and
Oni would actually become.
Man.
Oni would actually become a Hogan fan for a second.
There's no way in his last match he's going to come out as American Badass. Unless it's not his last match, which I don't think it is. Then he could do American Badass.
Of course, the other reason a lot of people are thinking that is because the timing of Kid Rock going into the WWE Hall of Fame is a little too convenient.
And the fact that Undertaker did put his jacket and hat in the ring. So
Exactly.
he could have retired that character and then be bringing back American Badass. I would love it if they did that live, with the theme tune. I think it would get a good pop. But I still think Undertaker's entrance needs to be less than 30 minutes.
Yeah. I got love for Taker, but particularly when there's a lengthy ramp wait like there was at last year's WrestleMania, it's like, oh boy. One of my buddies, you remember Pete from back in the day, Vince, he once said jokingly, when Hogan and Flair have to go to the main event for SmackDown, they actually have to start at the beginning of the show because it takes them 2 hours just to get there.
I remember Pete, that son of a bitch. He's the one that bought that Hulk Still Rules DVD, didn't
he? Nearly 20 years later, you still haven't forgotten.
See, yeah, so unlike you, I hold a grudge to the grave. But this is the day before you had like on-demand YouTube network, anything like that. They had one copy of that goddamn DVD, and that son of a bitch bought it. And he bought it to piss me off.
I believe you just went into one room one time, just went, you.
Yeah, well,
There was a joke I was going to say, and forgive me for this. I've been saying forgive me a lot, but it's actually true. Taker comes down the ramp for WrestleMania. Okay, Taker's going to the ring. I have time to cook me a pizza in the oven. Ting. Okay, pizza's done. Cutting it up. All right, that's ready for me and my guests. I'm gonna sit down. Oh, Taker's halfway there. I'm going to the ting. Okay, clean myself out. Let's sit down. He's not even near the ring yet. You know what? I'm going for a beer run.
You want to hear a cool story? I was asked if I wanted to be one of his druids a couple of years ago.
Whoa!
Oh, I've got to hear this story.
Well, that was it. That was it. Really, they just asked if I wanted to be one of his druids, but because I wouldn't have been able to come out and be sat where I was sat because of the cameras, I decided I would rather watch it live than stand on the set.
Is it
Fair
weird
enough.
that if somebody did it, say I was there and there's like, let's get some random guy and they chose me and it's like, you want to be a druid? Would it be weird if I said yeah?
No, it's. I mean, they literally ask anyone who's not anybody backstage. So if he's just kind of hanging out, you can just do it. They have all kinds of wrestlers do it that aren't there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I could just knock that off my bucket list right there. I mean, I'll never get in the ring to wrestle. I mean, the closest I could be is a manager if I'm trained properly.
I tell you what really pissed me off is I was walking backstage to get a drink, and I saw Hogan over an ironing board cutting up an NWO t-shirt, so I ruined the surprise for myself before it even happened.
Oh,
So
that was it was just probably one of those throw my hands up in the air and it's like, face it, WrestleMania is ruined.
It was because I was thinking to myself, had I not seen him do that, then I wouldn't have known the NWO were going to come out, and then I would have popped huge.
Good point. Oh my god, just thinking about it, wow. The pros and cons of being backstage. Pro, you may be a druid. Con, you had a surprise ruined for you.
Of course, remember when you were doing for the WrestleMania retrospective, you saw Hogan do the DX crotch chop. You're like, never do that again.
There was just, okay, fan of Hogan or not, there was just something wrong with that in just any aspect.
It's just, he's that's not age appropriate for him.
Exactly.
No.
That's just so weird. I'm sorry. It's just,
And he actually, and I'm, I always kind of end up defending Hulk, but I was kind of pissed because when Sting and Taker and Sting and Triple H and DX and the NWO were having the face-off, Hogan was edging in front of Sting. And I was thinking, like, this isn't your moment. And if you watch the tape back, you could see Triple H telling him to back off.
Oh.
wait, Hogan told Triple H to back off.
Triple H told Hogan, because if you watch the bit with the NWO fight with DX, there's a bit where Hogan's kind of ramping up and he's edging further than Sting, and then you hear Triple H say back off, and then Hogan stands behind Sting. It's there if you watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch that in a bit.
Same here. Same here. I'm gonna have to.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to do it.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Undertaker because I think if you're going to be there, I think I'd rather have WrestleMania where you experience him than not.
And of course, there was the story that he was in the gorilla position at WrestleMania 14 with his fist taped up, ready to do what he needed to if Michaels wouldn't do business with Austin.
That story's been around for so long.
You hear these stories though? Like there was this story that Hogan told in his deposition of lies against Warrior, where he said that they were waiting backstage to, take him out over SummerSlam '91. None of that was true. That's all stupid.
But was the firing true though?
Well, the firing true was that Warrior and Vince had agreed an amount of money. Warrior had the amount of money, and then as soon as Warrior got backstage, he got fired.
Yeah, but we're gonna beat him up as soon as he gets backstage to that, and we knew that didn't happen.
Hogan would take your leg off. I mean, Warrior would kick your ass. He's intense. You know what I mean? Hogan's a really nice person. Like he's not someone that's gonna, tear you up. Warrior would kill anybody. If you watch some of Warrior's YouTube stuff that me and him did, I mean, he was intense. That was him 24/7. There's no way that if Hogan had come up to him and said, we need to sort this out outside, he would have gone outside. He wasn't that kind of guy.
Yeah. but I think we are getting off topic. Again.
We are indeed.
Yeah.
I just
Oni's
Well, I'm not normally here, so I'm just like screwing up the whole thing.
this is usually how it is.